Ever feel a tingle down your spine when someone whispers in your ear? Or maybe the sound of gentle tapping sends a shiver straight through you. You're not alone. Millions of people are obsessed with this phenomenon. It's called ASMR, but why? And that's what we're discussing today. Welcome to the Wisdom of Sex. Welcome, my wise listeners. I'm your host, Dr. Wisdom, guiding you through topics that make you think, feel, and maybe even tingle. Today, we're diving into a sensation that's taken the internet by storm, ASMR. That's short for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's a mouthful, but trust me, you've probably experienced it, even if you didn't know what it was called. So what is it about these soft whispers, gentle taps, and soothing sounds that makes people obsessed? Why has ASMR become such a massive cultural phenomenon? And, more importantly, what does it do to our brains and bodies that keeps people coming back for more? First, let's start with the basics. What exactly is ASMR? ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's a fancy way of describing a tingling sensation that typically starts at the scalp and travels down the back of your neck, sometimes even reaching your arms and legs. It's triggered by certain sounds, visuals, or even personal interactions. Think someone softly whispering in your ear, the sound of fingers tapping on a surface, or even watching someone meticulously fold a towel. But here's the catch. Not everyone experiences ASMR. For those who do, it can be deeply relaxing, almost euphoric. For others, it's just weird noise. Now, let's talk about the different triggers that make people tingle. Whispering, probably the most well-known trigger. Whispering creates a sense of intimacy, as if someone is right there speaking softly just for you. Next is tapping. Tapping is another big one. The rhythmic sound of fingers tapping on different surfaces creates a calming, hypnotic effect. Crinkling is another popular sound. The sound of crinkling paper, plastic, or even fabric can trigger ASMR for some people. It's like hearing someone unwrap a present. There's a feeling of anticipation and satisfaction. Lastly, visual personal attention. Role-play scenarios like pretend doctor's visits or haircuts are extremely popular in ASMR videos. Why? Because they simulate care and personal attention, which is deeply soothing. Here's the truth. Most of us aren't as connected as we'd like to be. We go through the motions of our busy lives, scrolling endlessly on our phones, rushing from one task to the next, surrounded by noise but feeling alone. ASMR offers an antidote. It creates a moment of calm, a moment of closeness, even if it's just through a screen. It reminds us of something deeply human, that we all want to be seen, heard, and cared for. And that's why so many people are infatuated with ASMR. Now, you might be wondering, what does the science say? Well, researchers are starting to catch up with what millions of people already know. ASMR works. Brain imaging studies have shown that people who experience ASMR have increased activity in the parts of the brain associated with emotional arousal, social bonding, and positive emotions. Specifically, the brain's reward centers, like the nucleus accumbens, light up when people hear their favorite ASMR triggers. It's the same brain region that's activated when we listen to music we love, experience romantic attraction, or feel a deep emotional connection with someone. Scientists are still figuring out why ASMR works for some people and not for others. There's no clear answer yet, and it's fascinating because, biologically speaking, there's nothing obvious about why hearing someone softly whisper or watching them tap on a wooden block would make your brain tingle. But one thing's for sure, those who experience ASMR love it. They describe it as calming, euphoric, even healing. And let me tell you, it's not just about the sounds. It's about the way it makes you feel. Think about the last time someone showed you gentle care. Maybe a friend fixed your collar before a big meeting, or your partner softly traced their fingers across your hand. It's that same kind of feeling, like your brain is getting a gentle massage. Let's take this a step further and explore what's actually happening in the brain when you experience ASMR. Because it's not just about sounds, it's about connection. When you feel those tingles, your brain is releasing a cocktail of chemicals that promote relaxation and happiness. These include serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin, often called the love hormone. So let's break that down. Serotonin helps regulate your mood and makes you feel calm. Dopamine, on the other hand, is part of the brain's reward system. It's the same chemical that lights up when you eat your favorite food or hear a song you love. And then there's oxytocin, the chemical released when you hug someone or when a parent bonds with their child. When you experience ASMR, these chemicals are released, creating a state of calm, comfort, and connection. It's almost like your brain is saying, "You're safe, you're cared for, everything is okay." And it's not just the sounds that trigger this response, it's the way the sounds are delivered. ASMR videos often feature role-play scenarios that mimic real-life moments of personal attention. Think about the most popular ASMR videos: a pretend doctor's visit, a haircut, someone carefully folding laundry or painting your nails. Why are those scenarios so effective? Because they recreate everyday acts of care and intimacy. They make you feel like someone is there with you, giving you their full attention. And in a world where we're constantly distracted, that feeling of undivided attention is incredibly powerful. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Studies have found that ASMR can lower heart rates, reduce anxiety, and improve sleep quality. It puts the body into a state of rest and relaxation, similar to what happens during meditation or deep breathing exercises. And this is why people keep coming back to ASMR. It's not just about the tingles. It's about the emotional benefits that come with it. ASMR taps into that need for connection. It mimics those intimate, everyday moments, like when someone gently brushes your hair, tucks a blanket around you, or speaks softly and kindly to you. These small acts of care trigger the brain's release of oxytocin, creating feelings of trust, bonding, and calm. In fact, research shows that people who are more prone to ASMR tend to be more empathetic and more sensitive to social interactions. They're people who value connection and are more likely to notice small details, like the tone of someone's voice or the way someone looks at them. It's no surprise that ASMR has become a global phenomenon in a time when many of us feel disconnected. In a way, ASMR fills a gap. It gives people the feeling of closeness and care that they may not be getting in their daily lives. But let's talk about something deeper. Why does ASMR feel so personal? Think about the way most ASMR videos are structured. The creator is often looking directly into the camera, speaking softly, and performing small, detailed actions with care. It feels like they're speaking just to you. This creates what's called a parasocial relationship, a one-sided bond where you feel connected to someone, even if they don't know you. It's the same kind of bond people form with their favorite TV characters or celebrities. But in the case of ASMR, it's even more intimate because it taps into our senses. It feels like someone is physically close to you, whispering, tapping, or brushing right beside you. And that sense of closeness is powerful. We're wired to crave human connection. It's part of our biology. We want to feel seen, heard, and cared for. And ASMR gives people that feeling, even if it's through a screen. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is ASMR sexual? The short answer is no. Most ASMR content isn't intended to be sexual. But let's be real. Anything that makes people feel relaxed and vulnerable can sometimes have a sensual undertone. Think about it. Whispering, soft touches, personal attention. These are all things we associate with intimacy. So while ASMR itself isn't inherently sexual, it taps into some of the same psychological responses that intimacy does. For example, the sound of brushing hair or someone gently speaking to you can create feelings of safety, comfort, and trust, things that are also important in intimate relationships. So while ASMR may not be about sex, it definitely connects to our human desire to feel cared for and connected. And here's the thing. In our everyday lives, we don't often get to slow down and experience moments of calm. We're constantly overstimulated by notifications, social media, work demands, and the general noise of the world around us. ASMR creates a moment of peace, a moment of care. It reminds us of those small, comforting moments in life, like when someone whispers a secret just for you, when someone tucks you into bed, or when someone gently brushes the hair from your face. It's those quiet moments of connection that make us feel safe, loved, and human. So, what have we learned today? ASMR is more than just a trend. It's a fascinating look at how our brains respond to subtle sensations and how we crave personal attention and care. At the end of the day, ASMR is about more than just sounds. It's about connection. It's about feeling cared for in a world that often feels loud and overwhelming. So, if you've ever felt that tingle, that wave of calm, from a soft whisper or a gentle tap, you're tapping into something deeply human, something we all crave. And maybe that's why people love ASMR so much. It reminds us of something simple yet profound. We all want to feel seen, heard, and cared for. Well, our time is up for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, share, rate, and subscribe so you never miss a new show. And don't forget, my books are now available on Amazon. The newest one, Messy Mind, Brilliant Life, A Practical Guide for ADHD, is a book close to my heart because if you didn't know already, I have ADHD and thrive most days. With 3 podcasts and writing deadlines, I try to use my ADHD to my advantage. This book is super easy to read because, well, it's written by someone with ADHD, and I can't read those scientific jargon novels. I created this one to be easy and simple. Thank you for joining me on The Wisdom of Sex. I'm Dr. Wisdom. Stay curious, stay connected, and stay wise. I'll see you next time.